Wednesday nights. Y'all know what it is. It's the Boys Club. Rich Dallas, Sean Prez. We are in the building, the most real relationship talk on the internet. We get it popping, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Let me go ahead and see. Prez, where you at? Before my guy Prez in, we can get started immediately. Got a lot to talk about this week. Looking forward to it, guys. Let's have a good time. Prez, where you at? Y'all will be able to hear me in a minute. It's always like this when I start and then Prez taps in. I don't know why my phone always does this. But my phone goes bad and then it pops back up. So we'll be right. We'll be back. Prez, where you at? Why you shit look like that? Oh, there you go.
Rich, what up?
What up, my guy?
Chilling. How you, kid?
Good.
Yo,
Good.
everybody who's watching this, can y'all please tell Rich no more? We want Rich to be alive and get old healthy like his man Prez. Can we tell Rich no more of them vapes or whatever that crap is he got?
Yo, man, I usually have my iced coffee right now, but
So with ice coffee,
I didn't have no more money on my Dunkin' Donuts card, bro.
Internet, what up? Like, come on, you slacking.
Had no more money on my Dunkin' Donuts card, so here I am. Vaping it
Come
up.
on.
Vaping
Come
it
on,
up.
Internet. I blame this on Internet.
Yes.
All right,
How was it going?
Rich, did you do the intro?
Yeah. I did the intro, but you go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah, whatever, everybody. It's Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Rich Dallas, Sean Prez. We are the Boys Club. Raw, in-depth relationship talk just from the mind of a man. Do us a favor, please go ahead and tag 10 of your friends right now. If you love what we do week over week, many of you guys come back week over week and just listen to us and learn from us and just have fun with us. If you love what we doing, please tag 10 of your friends. Let them know we are on and we are live. Okay, Rich, you ready to get into it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want to start close to home. Sean Diddy Combs, Love, P. Diddy, your boy, he had baby number 7.
Is that 7, fam?
7. I mean, he got 6 biological, but you and me, you know, Quincy's all the way his son.
Right.
Quincy's been around since he's been, you know, old enough to crawl or whatever. So, you know, I consider him 100% his child. Puff is 53, 54 years old. This baby dropped out of clear blue, like nobody knew this baby was coming. Come to find out, the mother is 28. So we're gonna spend a little bit of time on this because there's a lot for us to talk about. Number one, I thought he was in somewhat of a relationship, and so did the world with Young Miami. But before we even get to that, yo, Rich, and this, you know, it kind of made me think of the whole Kevin Samuels thing. And when the picture came out of his girl, she's clearly a good-looking woman. She's 28 years old, and she just bagged herself a high-value man. Is this, in your opinion, exactly what Kevin Samuels was talking about? Like, to get to Puff, to have his kid, I'm sure there's a lot of women. Well, there's a lot of women that be coming out this week that he's dealing with, and I don't know that he is. How do I say this nicely? I don't know that he's having unprotected sex with all of them. Somehow, some way, this woman got pregnant. She just hit the lottery. Is this exactly what Kevin Samuels was talking about, or do you think Puff just slipped?
I think that Kevin Samuels was on to something. I think
I don't even know how to explain it. I just think that the transactional relationship is so prevalent now, bro. Like, babies ain't what it used to be. Like, having a baby, it was like it had to be a situation. Like, having a baby with somebody like Puff ensures you of at least 18 years of absolute fucking financial stability. I don't like, bro. It's hard for me to understand because, like, I value my money. I don't have $1 billion, right? Like, I don't have it like that. So I value my money. So I value my peace of mind. But at that level, you can go do this. Like, you can literally go do this, and it's not a big deal. Like you got a couple of $100 million, then yo, that's all good. Like, yo, here go $50 million, here go $20 million, here go $10 million. Like, that's what niggas is doing now. But the accessibility is what just drives me crazy, because I feel like niggas is just like, there is no, like, there used to be a time when you couldn't get to certain people. And I think that that's where we are so confused with this whole relationship situation now. There used to be a time in this world, and people who are under, I don't know, 30, I don't know, what is Twitter, under whatever, you're not going to understand this because everybody's accessible now. You slide in the nigga DMs, you put your ass in the air, there's a good chance that this nigga's going to hit you back. Very, very good chance he's going to hit you back. And when he hits you back, if the finances is right, or if he's digging you enough, then you get flued out. And when you get flued out, you fuck, you get pregnant, you go back home, hit the nigga in 2 months and tell him that you got one, and you got to deal with it. So the Kevin Samuels thing, like, I don't even know how to approach it. Like, did she snag a high value man? She absolutely did. She absolutely did. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Puff is as high value as it gets. Like, there's only a few of them in the industry that got paper like he got. But I don't know that. And Puff, and one thing I will say about Puff, he's a fucking good father.
Excellent father.
Aside from entertainment shit, that nigga takes care of his kids. Them kids don't want for nothing. Aside from all whatever personality quirks and shit that they got going on within that family, that's them. But them kids don't want for nothing, and ain't none of them motherfuckers ever say he ain't did for me, he ain't gave me, and whatever. So the kid is gonna be fine. I just don't understand how women value themselves. Like Young Miami, and then the Asian chick, and then the other chick, and then the other chick, and they all fit these baby moms, and everybody coming out the woodworks, and they bitches arguing on Instagram and all of that. Where's your self-worth? Like, there is no self-worth no more. And I guess for the proper funding, then self-worth goes out the window. So I guess to answer your question, did she snag herself a high value man? Absolutely. Is she gonna be well taken care of for the next however long? Absolutely. If nobody don't know, you and I both know that nigga cussed the check, and he don't play around with that family shit. So I don't really know how. For me, it's about Puff. It's about how you, like, how are these women getting to you is a better question for me, as opposed to how are these women getting to him. I mean, how is he getting to these women? Like, we know, like, that's Puff. Like, this is the nigga with the private jets and the Bentleys and all that shit. Like, bitches they're gonna be coming out the woodworks. But I just don't, man, I don't know, Sean. I don't know. It's a weird flex for me, man.
Okay, so let me ask you this, like, real talk. This girl, 28 years old. Puff is he's middle-aged by every stretch of the imagination. That he's a grown OG. Like this guy, 54 years old, something like that. Do you think that this was an accident? Like, could even, and I guess, the Kevin Samuels thing, I want to stay here for a second because, and I hope I'm articulating myself right. I don't know if it's an accident that a 28-year-old bad chick is the one who ended up pregnant. Like, could a 35-year-old that is a nice chick, maybe got a fairly decent body but got some miles on her, could she have even got to him, let alone got pregnant? Is there any? Let's just keep it 100. Puff done. I mean, he got Walt Chamberlain numbers, to use your words. Like, his numbers is crazy. It ain't like he don't know how to protect himself. It ain't like he hasn't been with enough women that you know, if he wasn't moving properly, it would be a lot more babies out there. But it's not. Is this, did he just bump into somebody who was just that bad, just that young? They got access to him, and they're the ones who turn up with a baby. Whereas a nice woman, somebody 30s, 40s, even if they could get to him, are they going, is he even going to allow them to get pregnant? Is he going to allow himself to be in a position where they could get pregnant?
I think what we're learning right now is that dude got it tight. And I think that we are also learning that older niggas that want to remain young tend to go for younger women. That's what helps them remain. That's what helps them stay in the know. Now, you with Young Miami, he got the jargon, he got the vibes, he's city girl this, city boy this, he's in that world again, right? So that keeps you young. And in the entertainment world, I think the worst thing that can happen to anybody is they age out of it, especially before they want to age out of it. Like I guess it's a horrible thing for a nigga to have been on top and to at some point realize that the people who used to like me don't like me no more. So now you fight the urge to age out. You fight the urge, like from a radio perspective, we know niggas all the time that was like, I don't want to go AC. I don't want to be on WBLS. I don't give a fuck if there's money over there, if there's spins over there. I don't want to be on WBLS. I need to be on Power 105 and Hot 97. And as an entertainer, I feel like that's what a lot of these dudes are doing. They're trying to remain on Hot 97 and Power 105. So now they're doing what they're doing to remain young. So they put them in a category with a bunch of young girls who probably aren't as responsible and don't have their own shit going on to the degree of an older woman. What makes the older woman not so attractive. You can't control an older woman with her shit going on. A young girl, in her mind, oh my God, yes, busting me, get me pregnant. This is my fucking lottery ticket. I just hit the lottery. This nigga hit me back in the DMs. This nigga flew me to California. This nigga got me on a whatever coming down from up North California to LA. I'm in the game. Older women probably don't feel that same euphoric feeling about getting hit by niggas because they already been there, done that. Or they already have their own shit going on. Or in their mind, motherfucker, I'm 40 years old. I ain't trying to have another. With these young girls, that's their motivation. That's 100% their motivation. Is to be taken care of. And you know if you get pregnant by a nigga like that, you taken care of. You get pregnant by Nick Cannon, you taken care of. Have a baby by be a millionaire. You get pregnant by Fifth, you taken care of until you piss them off. So there's a whole mindset that goes along with these young girls that are moving that way, and they move that way. And I think that, honestly, I think that's why younger girls and older niggas is hitting it right now, hitting it off so well, because younger girls see a come up, and older dudes see an opportunity to fuck with somebody who they probably felt like, I can't fuck with no more because I'm reaching that age. And when you start to reach that age, it starts to fuck with you mentally, especially if your life is predicated on being a cool guy. So you got to figure out how to make people still want to sit with you, eat with you, drink with you, party with you, club with you, listen to you, put you on shade room and gossip and all that. Like baller, like you got to figure out how to do that. And so these old niggas is figuring out the best way to do it is to associate myself with something nice, young tenderoni that ain't got a lot going on, or don't got nothing to my level of what's going on, because everything is relative, right? So that's where you have it. To me, that's what it is.
I mean, you know, Rich, old man, young woman, this is how it's always been. I mean, this is nothing new. It isn't. Like, let's just call it what it is. It isn't. I'm just very, very surprised when the news broke that he had another kid. You know, how does a woman get that close? Well, obviously we know how she gets that close, but how does this even happen? Because Puff is not new to knocking down chicks. He's not new to sleeping with tons of chicks. So I was so surprised, and I immediately, what are you smiling for?
Because we going into dangerous terrain, bro. Because me and you both know. Stop, Sean. Let's stop. Let's just stop this conversation right here.
Okay.
Me and you both.
Let's go somewhere else with this.
Okay.
Okay, I want to go somewhere else with this. Puff's been very, very in the public eye with Young Miami. They're in a relationship. They're not in a relationship. We go together. I'm single. I don't know how to define their relationship. And I don't think anybody know how to define their relationship but them two. Now, when this new young lady came out, you know, actually she didn't come out, Puff announced it, that he has a new kid. Academics put up a tweet, and I want you to listen to this because I'm gonna read it, because I don't want to mix up his words, because it goes into our conversation last week. So Academics puts out a tweet and says, Diddy had a side baby on all of his side chicks. Diddy different. My nigga done effed around and had a side baby on his harem of side chicks. Brother Love is a real one. Young Miami lost her mind. She hit back about 100 times, came back, I'm gonna just read one. She was like, I'm nobody's side B. Let's just make this clear. On this good Monday, I don't come second to no B. And you know what the B word is. Me and you talk about side. We spent damn near an hour on side chicks last week. Just 1 week ago. When I saw the exchange going back and forth, I was like, I can't wait to talk to Rich, because the one thing I didn't ask you last week was, do side chicks even know they're side chicks? Like I get we can't really define what those two relationship is, but she was furious. She hit like 50 times. I'm not second to nobody. I'm nobody's side chick. But Puff has been 50 Cent ex-girlfriend, Daphne Joy. He got a new baby by some undisclosed 28 years old. Another woman he was spotted with just this week. He got Young Mike. Puff got a whole crew. Somebody in there is the side chick. So let's just start off. Do side chicks even know they the side chick?
we always talk about this one thing, self-awareness. That's so important in this whole situation. Self-awareness. Do you know you the side chick? My mama used to tell me when I was young that when you lay down in bed and the lights is off and you looking up in the ceiling before that whatever, 10 minutes before the lights go off and you go to sleep, you are reflecting, and only you are reflecting on that. Do you not know? Yes, you know. You know. And you know. And hit dogs holler. And that's why when academics made that post, and whoever went wild, whoever lost their mind, self-aware, they know. Now they might not want to acknowledge it publicly. They might not want to let it resonate within themselves. But when they go to bed at night and they're looking up at the ceiling and the fucking lights is off, there's no denial there. This nigga is not playing no games out here. He is out here living his best 30-year-old life. Like, he is out here with different chicks, and the nigga's a whole world celebrity. Like, he's not.
Stop where you're at. Stop where you're at. I want to transition this because there's somebody, and I'm bringing this up now because me and you had a whole talk on side chicks last week. There's somebody on this live right now who's a side chick, and they don't know it. So that's why I'm even asking you. Forget about Diddy for a second. Let's go general. Keep down the road you were going.
When somebody's actions show you what you are, you have to believe them. When somebody shows you who they are, you have to believe them. If a nigga comes and steals from you, he's a thief. If a nigga comes and puts a gun to your head and shoots, he's a murderer. If a nigga is fucking mad bitches out in public in front of you, he does not have a girl. So either one or two things. Either y'all, and this is what academics kind of said, and I'm not a fan to do. So I hate to agree with this nigga. But either one or two things is happening. Either you are not acknowledging that you're not a girl, period, that all of y'all are just different girlfriends, and this nigga is absolutely single, or you're not acknowledging your place because he buys you the most things. That's what takes me back to transactional, because he buys you the most things, because he gives you a show on Revolt, because he does A, B, C, and D. Does that make you the real one? Does that make you the one? Or does the shorty who just had a baby, does that make her the one? Or do the twins, mama, does that, you know what I'm saying? Or is Kim still the one? From beyond, like this, there's a whole thing. It's about self-awareness. And there's no way that somebody can be messing with so many people publicly. So either one or two things, beloved. Either you are the side piece to someone else, or you're the main one, but you're just acknowledging that there's 100 more of you. And what makes you the main one? I don't know. Maybe it's the Revolt show. Maybe it's the Bentley. Maybe it's what he bought you for your birthday. Maybe it's that y'all do the most. Maybe it's that y'all on the blogs the most. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me ask you something, Rich. Let me ask you something, and keep it general. Let's go back down to ABC. What from a man's standpoint, what is a side piece?
A side piece is you have your main girl. Like, I have my girl who I go home to. I have my girl who I deal with day to day. I have my girl who I would never let anything interfere with. And then I have other chicks on the side who I fuck with. Shorty that I met at the club, I get her nails done. We go eat. We might pop into the movie theater every once in a while. We might even take a sneak tip trip if I say I'm going on business. So it's anybody, the side chick is anybody that you're hiding from your main girl. Your main girl is not supposed to be hidden. Your main girl, my main girl, name is Halle Berry, and me and Halle are out on the town, it's paparazzi everywhere, no shame. If me and Halle are out on the town, we getting on private jets, she ain't going on like this. She ain't hiding. She ain't running behind people when she realized that you outside doing an IG live. We eating, she not taking pictures and not, she in the picture with me. That's main girl. And other side chicks need to respect her. That's what makes her the main girl. And the side girl, you have to respect the main girl or you can lose your position. So now the side girl has to acknowledge that. That's the acknowledgement of the fact that these other girls. So maybe that's why girls feel like they're the main chick, is because they not hidden. And you popping out with babies from other people that nobody ever seen before. Obviously, that's not your main girl because she's been hidden. So there's a thought process. There's actually a thought, an aligned thought with that. I'm the one that's out in public. I'm the one that's being seen. I'm the one that's on your arm at these different events. I'm the one that's going to the movies and doing everything with you. So all these other bitches is side bitches. I'm not a side bitch. I'm the main bitch. When it's my birthday, nigga, you splurging, and we on the gram, and you telling everybody that I bought my baby a new Bentley. That's what makes these girls feel like they the real one. So see, the one or two things: you're the main girl, and you just acknowledge that this nigga is fucking 100 chicks, or there's somebody that he's doing something more for, then you don't feel like then she's the main one. So it's either one or two things. Contingent upon what the nigga does for you and how he treats you in the public eye, and that's relative because the public eye don't have to be fucking TMZ. Public eye could be family house barbecues. It could be taking you home at Christmas time. That's what the main girl gets, those kind of benefits. Like the side girls don't get to go home with you for Christmas. Like, bitch, I'm going to Miami. I'll see you when I get back, right? Like, that's the side chick. Like, I'm flying away with my main girl and my kids, and we're gonna do Christmas with my family, and I'm not having 50 of my side pieces enjoying Christmas at the house with me, sitting around the tree opening presents. That's the shit that you get if you're the main one. So when a girl feels like she's the main one, it's because she's getting that treatment. But my thing
So let me ask you something. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So no, but simple. My thing is when you acknowledge that, how do you feel good about knowing about all the others? See, now that's the problem. Therein lies the problem. Because to me, if you're the main girl, but the side pieces aren't being hidden from you, then we're not really in a relationship. If I'm not showing you the respect to at least keep these women from in front of your face, then we're not really in a relationship, because I'm giving you the option every time I get caught fucking off. I'm giving you the option to walk away out of disrespect to you. I've disrespected you. You're my main girl. A bunch of women will tell you, I know this nigga not shit, but he respect me. And he ain't gonna do none of that bullshit he do on the streets. He ain't doing it in front of me. But then there's some niggas that's bold, and they do it right in front of your face. And that's when you have to question where you stand in a relationship. When niggas is doing it in your face, that means that they don't really give a fuck if you there or not. That means that you hold the position because I gave it to you for now, but that shit can easily be lost. You can relinquish that position as soon as you act up. So now you got to determine, and this is where old rich niggas win. Now you got to determine, it's what I bring to the table worth you walking away from me and keeping your self-esteem. See, self-esteem don't pay no bills. Self-esteem don't give you no motherfucking trips. Self-esteem ain't giving you bags and cars and all of the things that you can get. But that's what the young girls don't have these days. To me, young girls don't have a lot of self-respect, and that's how you're able to do the things that's why these men are able to do the things that they're doing right in front of them. So what people think that probably we do is this is what they think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think you nailed it when, and that, honestly, I know we started off, we always talk about pop culture, but for anybody on this live right now, if you find yourself in a position where I don't care how good a man treats you, I don't. If you can't take a picture with him without getting screamed, or if you can't post a picture with him, without getting screamed on, if you can't go home with him at night to his crib, not a hotel, if you can't claim him publicly. You're probably, if he's in a relationship, because I want to segue somewhere. If he's in a relationship, you are the side piece. I don't care how you define yourself. I don't care how you define your relationship. I don't care how good he treats you. If that man lived with somebody and it ain't you, and you cannot do any of the above, take pictures, post pictures, go to his crib, spend the night ends after dinner or after he's smashing the car, you're the side chick. Just call it what it is. But, and then here's the nuance, Rich. If a man don't have a woman, and he said, now I'm going back to Puff for a second, because Puff openly said, I don't have a girl. He said it. No matter what any of these women think, out of his mouth, he said on the Breakfast Club, I don't have a woman. At that point, put any kind of label on yourself. If you with a man who is telling you to your face, and he's telling everybody he know and everybody you know, I don't have a girl, I don't care if he spends 99.9% of his time with you. It's free game for him because he told you what it was. Now, you could say, you know, he treat me like his girl. You could say whatever you want, but if you find out this man got other women, all you got to stand on, you cannot beef. You can't, because he told you, and he put it out there every chance he got. You're not my girl, and we know how this goes. Women, you know, when they're sleeping with somebody, their emotions get in it. They feel like the more time we spend together, whether it's said or unsaid, we got something going on. This is my man. But men don't think like that. Men think exactly how they told you. Told you, I don't want a girl. Like, you ain't my girl. So if you catch me 5 minutes after I slept with you with another woman, you can't say a word. It's just that simple. It might be disrespectful to you. So I don't know, like, if a man don't have, if he is saying I don't have a girl, even if he's spending the majority of his time with one girl, I don't even know how you classify that, Rich. You know, is she the side chick, or is she just somebody he spend time with? I don't even know how you classify a relationship like that. And maybe that's where Honey is getting it confused.
And therein lies your problem, is that if there is no, like, okay, in order for there to be boundaries, you have to create boundaries. In order for you to create boundaries, you have to be willing to walk away. In order for you to create boundaries, you have to come and you have to tell somebody that this is what I won't tolerate. But if you tolerate anything, then there are no boundaries. If financial transactional relationship is more important to you than your self-respect and your dignity and being in a real relationship and setting boundaries in said relationship, if the transactional part of it is more important to you, then you will never have boundaries. Because at the back, and a nigga with $1 billion will win every time. A nigga with $10 million will win every time, because he can afford to appease you, placate you with the bullshit. See, this is why, goes back to our old comment when we start talking about the dudes and the women. I don't get mad at women for juicing niggas. If he out here to give it to you, beloved, go get it. Can't nobody tell you if this nigga got come shit on me on my forehead, or I'm tricking on my forehead, and if you don't go get that, then you're a fool. If niggas is giving away cheese and bread, butter at the fucking church around the corner, and you want cheese and butter, if you don't go get it, you're a fool. There's no boundaries. If a dude is giving it to you and you're transactional, and in his mind, because you're transactional, you no longer have an opportunity to beef at me. You no longer have an opportunity to come with me with the bullshit. You have no fucking reason to question me. As long as I take care of you and placate you with what you want and ask for, and this is what you're here for, then you don't have the opportunity to come and do anything or say anything to me. And that's the healthy relationship in 2022. That is what's healthy. They don't want to create boundaries, because boundaries sometimes mean you got to walk away from what you want. And people today don't want to walk away from what they got. They don't want to walk away from the easy way out. So you will subject yourself to bullshit, stay in fucked up situations because a nigga got you a Birkin, or a nigga got you a Patek, or a nigga, you know what I'm saying? These are the things that people are doing now that make relationships so difficult. They're difficult now.
Let me ask you something, Rich. Can a relationship work? Say you in a committed relationship, right? You're not a side chick. But your man went out and just had a baby with the side chick. You talk about protecting what you got. Can a woman, and I'm trying to use your words, so bear with me and tell me if I'm posing this correctly. Is it a show a lack of self-respect if she lets that man back into her life? Hold on, Rich. Hold on. Because there's a lot of women who are in committed relationships or thought they were in committed relationships. And they man went out and side chick had a baby. Now he come back home. I got to break the news, but I want to keep our family together. What does it say about the good or bad? What does it say about a woman who says, you know what? I understand you effed up, and I'm going to accept you, and I'm going to accept your baby?
What does it say about that woman? See, I'm the wrong nigga to ask that, because from my perspective, I'm gonna cut off your nose to spite your face, nigga. And what I mean by that is, I'm an egomaniac, and you're like this too. So we both in the same like this. Even if it might be in the best interest of our bigger picture, sometimes my ego won't allow me to do that. So I'm the wrong nigga, because I can never accept that. I can never accept that. I just wouldn't. I couldn't accept my woman's coming back home to me and being like, yo, I love you. I know we got a little man over there, but I had a baby I'm pregnant by, and I don't know if it's yours. Like, there's a chance that it could be yours, but I don't know if it's yours. Like, we can't have that conversation no more, because we used to talk about this a lot earlier in our earliest episodes, how I'm never going to be able to get the fact that nigga was laying on top of you out of my head. And this relationship will be the worst. So
okay, but that's you. I want you to do your best.
I can't speak to a woman. To me, a woman who does that, you're showing weakness. And if you allow a man to go have a baby and come home and tell you that I'm having a baby by another woman, or another woman's having a baby by me, but I fucked up and I want to come home. If you take that man back, that man's not going to respect you. That man is not going to respect you, bro. You can't walk in the store and steal something, get caught on the way out, and them niggas be like, you know what, man, I'm too tired for paperwork, bro. Go home. Nigga, you're coming back tomorrow. You're coming back tomorrow. And then, motherfucker, you might not come back tomorrow, because you might be like, whew, I'm not doing that no more. But you will. 2-3 weeks go by, 4 weeks go by, you're going to get lax, and you're going to be like, I got away with that shit. I'm going to do it again. Like, at some point, bro, you got to put your foot down. And if your foot down means, you know what? I love you. I love you. I love you to death. And I want you to be the part of our child's life. and I want you to be present. But you can't be present with me, bro. We can still be friends, but I can't allow you to be out here and have another baby and be doing that and literally fathering another baby and want me to stepmother your fucking side kid. Like, no, nigga, no. Like, if you allow that to happen, I'm speaking from a man's point of view. If you allow a man to do that, that nigga is going to cheat again. There's no unequivocally, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No,
So you do not think, you don't think, and I'm not sharing my opinion yet, but you don't think, and I'm gonna go so far, I'm gonna up the ante in this conversation. Say they're married, husband, wife. Husband goes out, gets a woman pregnant. You don't think if he comes home, drops to his knees, talking about, I messed up. That chick didn't mean nothing to me. I hit it. It was a moment of weakness, huh?
Raw.
However you want to call it. Okay.
Because she's pregnant.
I hit it. And she's pregnant.
So you hit
Take me back. Take me back. Take me back. Please take me back. Are you saying that that man will eventually cheat again if you accept him and his baby into your household?
Absolutely. Now,
simple as that.
Absolutely. Now, for the woman, like I said, I'm gonna cut off my nose to spite my face, nigga. I don't think that everybody should be that. Everybody not Richie. Everybody doesn't have that component where you can turn it off and turn it on. I have it. It's a gift and a curse. I have it. Can walk away from you. Ask, you know it. Ask anybody who know me. They'll tell you. I've never asked Peter. I'll tell you, like, yo, nigga, I've never seen a nigga able to argue with a girl and just literally be like, we'll never speak again. And literally mean, we'll never speak again. I can do that. A lot of people cannot. If you're not the cut up your nose to spite your face person, then you have to assess what you're giving away. Because at some point, you got to think what's in your best interest. So if leaving this man is not in your best interest, I'm not sitting on this podcast telling nobody that you should just, Richie said that if you cheat, you cut off. No, you need to assess your situation and assess what's important to you. Is this family important to you? Is this family dynamic important to you? Is having him present in your face every day important to you? If those things are more important than knowing the next time this nigga get lax, he will slide his dick up in the bitch again. If that's more important to you on the left, then you got to live with the fact that this nigga might step out again. But you made a conscious decision, and you made a decision based on facts and what was important. In a long time, you wrote down the list of pros and cons, and you did all your due diligence, and you figured out what was more important to you. And having him, and he's such a good father, and my son loves him, and it would shatter my son not to have him around no more. And I love him, and he's good to me, and he stepped out. Damn, I might gotta give this nigga a chance. But in doing so, understand that nigga will slip and his dick will fall on somebody again. And it might not be today, and it might not be next week, and it might not even be this year. But he will do it again. And I'm not just saying this as a theory. I'm saying this as a fact. It is fact that people who cheat, I think the statistic was like 87% chance that they will cheat again. So I'm not speaking from theory. This is a proven fact. Niggas who cheat will cheat again. Niggas who steal will steal again. Niggas who drunk drive and don't get caught will drunk drive again. It's human nature, and there's nothing you can do about it. But you know what? You got to sit down and you got to assess what's important to you. And if it's more important to you to keep your family dynamic together, and this great man, and this great father, and this nigga who can't keep his dick to himself when he does everything else amazingly, Don't be Richie D and cut up your nose to spite your face. Because I'm sure I've let some good ones get away by virtue of you didn't do this. And I can't take that you didn't do this. So you know what? I'm deleting you out my phone, but we never talk again. And if I bump into you in the club, we're not talking. And it's childish and immature of me, but it's who I am. And I can't help it, bro. But I have that, like I said, I have that component. I'm able to do that. And a lot of people aren't. And that's not a gift. I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. It just depends on who you are.
I don't, you know, bringing a baby home.
You're like that too.
Fair,
no,
yeah,
no
fair
girl
enough.
is going to show and praise you. No girl
No.
is going to show. Go ahead.
You're right. I'm not denying. I'm not. I was just going to you know, bringing a kid home. That's a whole different ball game. That, you know, cheating is one thing, but bringing another human being, like, Rich, do you know how much care goes into a pet? Like if you got a dog or a cat at your house, like, do you know how much care goes into raising a pet, let alone a kid, and a kid that ain't yours? And this is, so I understand the dilemma any woman would be in. I love this man. I'm in shock, first and foremost, that he was even cheating. I got to digest that. I got to digest the fact that he got caught cheating. And now I gotta somehow come to grips with this man that I'm in love with. In some cases, the man that I said I do to, we're married. He's now bringing another human being into this household. And even if the kid don't live here full time, I gotta listen to him on the phone, co-parenting with another chick. That's hard. Like, that is hard. I gotta listen to this man. No, and I'll go one better. I gotta watch some of his, he lived here. He got kids here. And part of his paycheck now is going somewhere else. I'm not gonna tell no woman what to do here. I don't know if a man will cheat again. He won't cheat again. Here's what I do know. Is it worth the grief? Is the grief of knowing you've been violated and there's another human being that is in and out of your life? Like, he got to spend time with the kid, even if you were like, you're not bringing that kid to my house. You're not bringing that kid around me. You're not if he's a real father, he gonna want to spend time with the kid. Okay, deuces. I got the kid on the weekends, so I'm gonna go stay with my mother. That's a hard pill to swallow. I don't know that I would recommend that for any woman. Like, I think that's that's one you might not be able to get over. But I actually know people who have done it, and to your point, the man went out there and did it again, brought home another kid. So, Rich, you might have a real point right now. And
Think about this.
know. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I got a really close friend. You know him. I don't want to blow him up, but his father went and had a baby outside of the home, and the mother took him back. And the kid and the mother, you know, she accepted this kid. She accepted the father back, and it worked out as far as I know. So it's just a hard, like, some women can do it. I don't know that the odds are in your favor though.
Can you imagine, first of all, this is a constant reminder of what this nigga did. It's a constant reminder. Every time he's on the phone, every time you look at the paycheck and the bills is due, and you realize that 20% went that way, whether it's the birthdays, the kids is getting to know each other, and now the kids are hanging out with one another, and it's my brother, it's my sister. What do you mean I can't hang out with them? Of course you can. But you come home and you're a woman and you're looking at this kid that isn't yours while you are with this man. That's a constant reminder of everything that nigga is done wrong. And I don't know, and I'm not gonna say it's a weak woman, because quite contrary, it's a fucking strong ass woman that can sit there while you are literally babysitting, nursing, hanging out, seeing, viewing, watching your kids. Any of that shit is the constant reminder of what this nigga did. How do you ever get over something when the constant reminder is in your face? How do you get over something? I can't get over you punching me in my face if I lose my eye. Nigga, every time I look to the left and I can't see nothing, I'd be like, yo, this nigga Sean punched me in my face. I can never be your friend again, nigga. Ever. Ever. And niggas fight. But the fact that if you cheat and you don't have a kid, then golly, man, you fucked up, bro. But you escaped. You escaped unscathed in this scenario. You cheated, you piece of shit nigga. But we escaped. Now, you got a kid, there's no escape from that. There's no escape. If he's a real nigga, there's no escape from that. Because he gonna he gonna be around that baby, he gonna take that baby to soccer. Chances are your kid and that kid will be playing soccer together, or basketball or football, whatever the fuck they do, but they're gonna be doing cheerleading, they're gonna be doing something together. And now what? You can't go to no cheerleading events for the fucking sake that her mother's gonna be there, his mother's gonna be there, and now you're there, and this nigga looking stupid in the middle. Don't know how to. Maybe we can get Amina on here. Because she's lived it. If Amina's in the chat, please, Amina, let's have a conversation. Because Amina, Tara, they kind of lived that situation. Not once, but twice.
Wow.
Amina.
But and here's the but. It goes exactly to your point. I wasn't willing to go so far as to say a man would never do it again. You said absolutely he will. But Amina and Tara, that goes to your point. So maybe you got a point. Only thing I know, you can love somebody, you can love their dirty drawers, but you really gotta love yourself, man, more. You gotta love yourself more. And I don't know, matter of fact, I do know. I know, and this ain't about Sean, but I know I'm not built that way. I'm crystal clear. There's no way. It's not even in the realm of the possibility of reality. So I don't even want to talk about me. But there are so many variables. And especially if that guy is a halfway decent father, he's going to want to be in that child's life, as he should. He fathered that child. And truthfully speaking, you shouldn't want to stand in the way of that. So how do you swallow your pride, allow him to be dear old dad, knowing how this baby came into the world in the first place? To me, you can love somebody, but love them from afar. You ain't got to be together to love them. You got to love yourself that much more, man.
And a woman would say, the one rebuttal that a woman would say is that them kids ain't got nothing to do with that trifling ass nigga. Them kids didn't have nothing to do with that. So you should never hold against a child, an innocent child who has no qualms about how they got here. You should not be able to, you should not do that. But, like we've been saying, how do how do you, as a respectful person, look at another person's baby and when you know that that nigga did that? So I'm not saying be abusive. I'm not saying be abusive to the kid. I'm not saying be mean to the kid. I'm not saying do any of that stuff. I'm saying that every time you see that kid, you're looking at a reminder that that nigga fucked up. So now how do me and this nigga make amends? That's all I'm saying. How do me and him make amends?
How do we build a life from here? That's difficult. And I can't tell a woman what to do one way or the other. If you love her that much, stay with her. Just understand what you're getting into. That one's difficult. But just in the interest of time, Rich, because we closing in on an hour, I'll bring one more situation up before we open these lines up, okay? Mm-hmm. Let me give you the scenario to the best of my memory. I saw an article, and this man pursued this woman, right? And finally, he got her to allow him to take her out on a date. She said yes. So he took her to some swanky, upscale, very, very expensive restaurant. Bill came up to $600. When they handed him the check, she offered to pay half. That's important. And he said, great. He never rebutted. He never said, nah, you ain't got to do that. He said, great. And she got jammed up. And both of them paid $300 on a bill at a restaurant that he chose after he was the one who asked to take her out. Who's at fault in this situation?
Him. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah, I need to hear your thoughts.
One, don't live outside your means. No matter what it took you for you to get this date, no matter what happened to get you in this position, once she said yes, you are now in control. When she said, yeah, we can go on a date, you are now in control. So now it's not about impressing her anymore. Of course you want to impress her and make a first impression on this date, but it's a much worse impression for a bill to come and be $600 and you can't handle that on your own. So for me, it's 100% his fault. Once you did whatever you did to get to the position to where she's like, yes, we can go on a date, you are now in control. So now we can go somewhere cool, nice, swanky. We can have a conversation about what do you like to eat? What do you like to do? I'm not trying to jump out the window and take you somewhere that I can't afford. So now when the bill comes, I got to say no, because this is my idea. This is my situation. So in her eyes, she like, nigga, I didn't require this. I didn't even want this. As a matter of fact, nigga, I'm still hungry, so take me to White Castle on the way home. But you chose that. So now you're responsible for this date. If not for any other date, this is your date. Furthermore, nigga, you're trying to make a first impression by bringing it to this place. What does it say about you that you can't pay for this place? So now that I'm trying to impress you by bringing you here, I lost all my cool points by not being able to pay to some shit that I brought you to, which means that in your eyes, this nigga living outside his means. I'm not fucking with this nigga. This nigga gonna have me fucked up. That's how I would look at it from a female perspective. So it's 100% his fault. And if he took the money, he's a sucker for that. He's a sucker for that. You don't, my bro, you don't jump out the window and initiate the bells and whistles if in fact you can't handle the bells and whistles. Now, if it was her and she was like, yeah, you could take me out, but I like to go here. We going here, right? This is what we doing. I said, we can go there. And this bill come back the $600. Now it's a different story. Bitch, you knew what this was. I wasn't familiar with this place. You knew what this was. So now I feel like you trying to juice me, or you trying to play me or something, because you knew what this was, and this ain't some shit that we supposed to be doing. I never gave you the impression that I was trying to take you to no $600 first date shit. And then if she puts some slides of $300 across the table and she's like, yo, this is what I love to do, so I'm never gonna subject myself to anything less than what I want to do. So here, nigga, here's $300, because this is my shit. This is my spot. Now, all respects to her. But in his situation, nah, nigga, you a clown. You a whole clown. You a whole clown for trying to impress this lady and making yourself look like a complete asshole in the process.
Okay. For anybody trying to get in on this conversation, now is the time to hit that plus button. Please hit that plus button. It's on the lower right-hand side. That will signify us that you are requesting to be part of the conversation tonight. There are some basic rules that we have for anybody joining our conversation. Number one, you must be in an area with good lighting. We do not speak to people, and if we can't see you, we don't speak to you. Number one. Number two, right in line with that, you must be willing to show your face. We don't speak to empty screens. If your hair's not done, if you don't feel pretty, if you just got to bed, whatever it might be, don't even bother hitting the plus button, because if we can't see you, we will not speak to you. Number three, you must have good wireless or cellular signal. So if you're somewhere with spotty Wi-Fi, spotty cellular signal, please go somewhere where it's a good signal. And lastly, you must have a question. We have no problem listening to your thoughts. We have no problem with you giving commentary on anything that we spoke of tonight. But the purpose of opening these lines is to allow people who really are looking to get understanding from a man's point of view, whether it's something we spoke about this evening or something that you or a friend of yours or a family member of yours is going through, and you just want to pick our brains. That's what this is for. So you must have a question. So with that being said, back to you, Rich. This dude was so out of line, but it's lessons in everything, right? There are lessons in absolutely everything. So ladies, listen up. I don't care how long a man has been. See, you don't know how whack a human, and this goes both ways. Men, we don't know how whack a chick is. You don't get that on day one. You don't get, like, take your time. But if somebody want to take you out, I urge every woman, and I'm speaking of women specifically, I urge you all, you pick the place and go somewhere cheap. Go somewhere like it's a first date. Let's go someplace affordable, someplace fun, because it's not even about the meal. We're trying to get to know each other. And then if you get caught in a situation like this and a dude show you all the way who he is, let's say it wasn't about the check being $600. He just wasn't a good person. You wanted to just get out of there, or he left. You can handle the bill. So I would urge any woman on a first date. I know everybody want to dress up, put their heels on, put the makeup, this, that, and the third, and you can do all of that. But you should tell, look, it's a first date. Let's just go here, wherever here is. And here should be someplace that if worst came to worst, number one, you can get home quick. Number two, you can afford. That being said, don't offer to pay half as a kind gesture. If that man initiated the date, if that man courted you, pursued you up until you said, yes, I will allow you to take me out on a date. If that man picked the restaurant, if that man ordered from the left side of the menu, not paying attention to them prices on the right-hand side, this is his bill. It ain't yours. Don't even like I'm all for another man, and I'm speaking as a man, I'm all for, paying my end. And I'm not even talking about on a date. I'm just talking about being out somewhere, anywhere. But if you're out on a date and you know your paper ain't right, you know that, damn, I know we was eating lobster tails all night. I know that we ordered 2, 3, 4 bottles of wine. I know he had a steak and I had a steak. This bill got to be, I don't even want to see the bill. So I'm going to smile, but I'm not offering. Ladies, don't even offer, because you might run into a sucker like this dude who says, you know what? Thanks for asking. Give me your credit card. And then what do you do? Then you're completely jammed up. So to get around that and alleviate the stress, I would just tell you off rip, pick the place. You know what? I like tacos. Like I know this authentic taco spot, and let's go there. First date, and you know that bill ain't gonna be crazy. Go someplace that they serve hamburgers. And I'm not talking about the Wagyu burgers. I'm not talking about bison burgers. Give me a good old-fashioned hamburger that ain't gonna cost too much, that if things go completely left, I ain't gotta worry about you jamming me up, or if I wanna leave, or if you walk up out of here, I can finish paying this bill on my own and tell you, screw you. Rich, I see you shaking your head. Why?
That's such an amazing train of thought, bro. That's such an amazing train of thought. But for a person, and see, this is where this always will get confusing. For a person who's looking to harvest a relationship, get to know somebody, talk to somebody, sit across from somebody, have a great conversation with somebody, those are all important things that you just said. So I will not dispute anything you just said, because if in fact you are trying to get to know somebody and go to the next level, that, my friend, is how you should do it. But welcome to 2022 Sean Prez. We have this part of the conversation every single week, and ain't no girl on here gonna act like she don't want to go to Nobu, Prom 112, STK. They want to do that. It's a status. It's a symbol. It shows that this nigga got it. It shows that he is ready to spend it. It shows that this is like the level of importance, because her friends is like, yo, the nigga I met last week took me to STK, girl. Me, the nigga I met last week took me to Nobu, girl. And then this nigga taking you to fucking the Jimmy's Taco Barn, and you gonna be looking at this nigga like, yo, you piece of shit ass nigga. I'm not even being able to compete with my friends. I can't post no pics. I ain't even gonna be able to have a good time here. I'm looking at you like you're fucking crazy. Welcome to 2022, my friend. Thus, why relationships are the way they are. Because now this nigga just spent $600 on you. And if he spent $600 on you, he feel like he's deserving of some shit. So now you don't want to fuck. So now you niggas, now you want to go home. Now you want to go to the club and smoke hookah and drink fucking bottles. So now that $600 just turned into $2,400. Then you want to get dropped off at the end of the night? Well, you lost your motherfucking mind. Dropped off? Where? My crib, for sure. Motherfucker get dropped off. Home? You got your kids got to go to school in the morning. You got work in the morning. Bitch, I'm $2,400 in. Now you got problems. That's today's relationships. So, in a woman's defense, most women understand that after that $600 dinner and that $1,800 hookah and a couple of bottles in the club, there's some fucking going on tonight. There's some fucking going on tonight, Sean. They understand that. But now we're back into this whole transactional relationship thing. We're back into this transactional relationship thing.
Okay, so
If you don't agree with me,
no.
hit the plus button at the bottom, and we can go back and forth. We can talk about it.
Yo, Rich, you went somewhere that I didn't even want to go, but you're so right. I was just thinking $600, and I was gonna leave it there, and that's why I'm saying pick the spot, because from a man's point of view, you spend $600. I'm not saying that he's looking for you to sleep with him, but there is a certain level of expectation. I just dropped $600. And you talk about, I don't know if this relationship is going to work. I'm going to swipe to the left moving forward. I say just to not have this headache. I get what you're saying, Rich, relationships in 2022, 2023, but just go somewhere cheap. It's a first freaking date. So what? Get to know each other. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's not
important.
That's not important to them no more, Sean. Getting to know me and talking to me and having a conversation is not important. That shit is the least. That's why these shits are so fucked up, because that's the least important thing. That's the least important thing. You think you know me because you thought you did your due diligence, and you looked at Instagram and you saw my cars and you saw my where I go and hang out with my boys, and you saw all the shit that we do. You saw that, so you feel like you know me already. You feel like the reason that you're here is because you were impressed enough with the things that you saw that would allow you to come here. That's how women are in 22. The reason that we're here right now is because I did enough at that club that night, or we met and you did enough due diligence that made you feel comfortable enough to be like, oh, he got it. Oh, that nigga nice. Oh, he got a nice whip. Oh, that nigga be dining at SDK in Noble in Prime 112. Oh, he be taking flights and going places and having fun. I see it all on Instagram. That's who he is. And that's how Dr. Will gets you. That's
okay. So this is where me and you, we gonna always disagree. And I hear you have proven me wrong several times in the past, but every girl ain't that girl. Every girl,
you're right.
Just hear me out. In 2022, 2023, we'll just keep saying 2023 because we're at the end of the year. Every woman, like, that is important, Rich. It is like every woman ain't chasing a ball. Every woman is not chasing. There's a lot of women out there who are working with dudes who are messing with dudes who work for FedEx, working or messing with dudes who wear them brown uniforms and delivering for UPS, messing with dudes who driving Ubers, messing with dudes and they into these dudes. I ain't talking about the ones who swiping up, and they locked into the fact that homeboy is sitting in front of his Porsche. Homeboy knows such and such. Homeboy in the studio. Homeboy flying here, flying there. To me, that's still a small minority of women out here. I don't care how much social media want to convince you that that's the majority. That me and you, we gonna always disagree on this. But it ain't even enough ballers out here, Rich. It ain't even enough niggas out here making yo kind of money to have every female out looking for that come up. Some women actually do want a good dude and do want to get to know a dude. That's truth. But go ahead.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree that there are some women. There's some women in this chat right now who will probably be like, yes, Sean, you're absolutely right. I don't give a fuck what a nigga got. I don't care. This ain't it. Everything is relative. Like a girl might say, you ain't Diddy. Well, bitch, you ain't Carisha, right? So it's all relative. Do I have to have $1 billion to impress you? Because you're not her. So no, I just need to have a few $1 million to impress you. So play your fucking position and everything being relative. Don't step outside your comfort zone. That's all I'm saying. Some girls know their limitations, and some girls know that they are also working in the office at that UPS. In which case, their desires and everything is this nigga's outside with that. He looks so good in that brown uniform. His muscles is popping out. Nigga sweating, throwing them boxes that truck. That nigga's amazing. So, but for the woman who's out and about, this motherfucker, I'm telling you, bro, and tell me, I mean, I ain't gonna argue with y'all. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. I have been with women from the rooter to the tutor, from the top to the bottom. Motherfucker be like, Rich Dollaz, you are slumming. You are slumming. And you know what about that slum? That when niggas was like, you slumming, homie. You know that girl, what she thought? Why I'm not getting I see what's going on Instagram. Why I'm not being treated like the way Halle Berry's being treated, or Carisha's being treated, or 50's baby mama's being treated. But you're not, that's the world we live in. Everybody sees everything. And that's the fundamental problem you have every week, is that you start talking about how women, and there's not that many. No, this is in front of you. It's at your fingertips every day. You can't help but see it. Like,
yeah, but that's the difference. That's what me and you gonna always disagree, because I don't like social media ain't real life. It just ain't. So you can scroll up all you want. And truth of the matter is, and I'm gonna keep saying this, your tax bracket is not indicative of average Joe homeboy who's out there working a regular 9 to 5. It just ain't. And truth be told, it ain't even enough women out here that or it's too many women out here, rather. They can't all have Rich Dollaz if they want them. They can't have a version of Rich Dollaz if they want. Where they gonna meet them at? So the regular dudes, I don't care what social media tells you. That is a fantasy world. Everybody on there creating their own reality. Everybody taking 1,000 pictures to post one. Everybody is, even regular dudes who can't afford it, who drive a Hyundai. When they get with their man who got the Benz, when they get with their man who got the Porsche, when they get with their man, well, typically they won't get with their man that got a Wraith, but the bottom line is they posting pictures with that. If they on a flight, they taking, go ahead.
You realize that this is just the reverse conversation. This is just the reverse conversation of Samuel's nigga.
It is.
It's the reverse conversation of that. And the reason why the good guy who you're talking about is lonely and fucked is because all these women are chasing the 5 niggas with the rapes, the 4 Sean Prezes in their neighborhood. He got all the pussy, but yet these women want to be they want to be treated like queens, but you're not putting yourself in queen position because you got 50 women chasing 4 niggas. You just made my point for me. That's
but being
winning.
treated like queen. Let's one time. Being treated like queens, it ain't got nothing to do with money. Like,
that's my point.
Like it got something. Go ahead.
You're making my point. The women, the dude who will treat you like a queen, who wants to love you, who wants to be a good dude and be chivalrous and all that shit. That's the dude that's being shitted on today. That's the problem with relationships. That's the problem with this whole dating world. The dude who wants to be a good guy, go to work every day, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, 10 to 6, whatever, and do right by you is the one that's being shitted on because there's 4 Sean Prezes and 4 Richie Dollaz in this city, and them niggas is monopolizing all the women because them women don't look at that guy and say, I want to be treated right. I think he can treat me right. I'm going to give him a chance to treat me right. They look at that nigga and say, he got it. He got the money. He got the cars. He got the jewels. He got the clubs. He does that. I'm fucking with that guy. And it's not right. It's 100% wrong. because this nigga wants to do right by you. But then you want to go to this dude who now, like Kevin Samuel said, you have given him. He didn't get options. Dudes don't get options because they just fall out the air. You give them options. Women give these men these options because you are flocking to one nigga. So this one nigga got 100 girls to choose from, and you wondering why he treats you like a piece of shit. You flocked to him, and you ignored him. So you know what? You get what the fuck you did. That's just the same conversation we had when Will came on. I don't feel sorry for them girls. You seen Will in the club. You seen him buying bottles. You seen, and shout out to my boy Will, it's his birthday today. But you seen what he was doing in the club. You seen what he pulled up in. You seen all of this shit, and this nigga bust you in your head. He bust you in your head. Tricked you into doing investments and all kinds and bust you in your shit. Now you want to come on here and talk bad about that man. You signed up for that. And I don't feel sorry for nobody who signed up for that. Because there's a nigga who you walk by in the club that was at the bar, minding his business, offered you a drink. You look back at the nigga, frowned at him, and was like, you cup drinking ass nigga. And you kept walking. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you. And this is the conversation, is the reverse Kevin Samuels conversation. When he was talking about the high value man, what women got to do. Women make men high value men. If women said, I don't care about a nigga's financial income. I don't care about what a nigga can do financially or jewelry or cars. I want a nigga to treat me good. The niggas who treated women good would be in style. Them niggas is not in style. And you got to stop thinking that, Sean, because you just happen to be a good nigga with a shitload of money. That's the anomaly. Now, that's the real anomaly. The real anomaly is that there's a fucking multi-millionaire out here who's a good nigga and don't want to...
Don't blast me.
Huh?
Don't blast me. Come on, man.
My bad.
Don't make this about me.
No, I'm in general. That good nigga is the anomaly. Women set the bar. Women are able to say, if these niggas will do it. If women was like, them niggas at the bar, that's the niggas I want to be with. That nigga who got the day-to-day job, who ain't afraid to say, where you at right now? I'm at work, love. I can't meet you at fucking 12 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon for brunch. I'm at work. If women made him in style, these other niggas would stop. These other niggas would stop buying Protects. Women set the fucking trends. Always have. Whether it was music, whether it was fashion, whether it was the fucking amount of money spent at movie theaters, stars, women make you all of that. Women make you that. Men don't make you that. Women make you that. Always has. From where we come from, you know that better than I do. Women set the trends. And if the women said, I no longer want these hustling ass, whack ass niggas that's gonna treat me like shit, that's gonna think that all they gotta do is throw a fucking a bottle of hookah at me and some goddamn Don Julio or whatever, and we gonna be good to go. If them niggas fell off the face of the earth and all these good working class niggas, we want to make them cool again. We want to make those guys cool. Those niggas would be cool. They would be cool. So no, I don't feel sorry for the woman who gets fucked over. No, I don't feel sorry for the woman who walked by 5 good niggas to walk into a section with 30 other people, to 30 other girls to be with this one piece of shit nigga. I don't feel sorry about that. And I have money. And bitches have walked up to me. I told you this. Bitches is like, yo, why you at the bar? You ain't got no money. You at the bar. I don't know, bitch, because I just walked in. I'm only been here for 5 minutes. I'm wanting to drink some hookah. I don't know, maybe. But that's the perception. My man called me the other day and said, yo, these girls was talking shit about you, bro. I had to defend you. I said, wow. Why would somebody talk shit about me? I don't know. What did I do? Oh, they say that nigga Rich Dollars ain't got nothing going on. He ain't got no money. That nigga be at the bar. That nigga, he don't never buy no bottles. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was the criteria for having something. Fuck real estate. Fuck property. Fuck investments. Fuck all of that. If you ain't popping bottles in the club, nigga, you ain't that nigga. If you got a cup drink in your hand and it ain't being poured from your own bottle, you a whack ass nigga. That's today's society. Whether it's the hood or whether it's the fucking upper echelon. But my point is, women set that precedent. Women set them trends. And you have an opportunity to do the right thing, but you choose not to because women would rather try their luck gambling with 30 girls in a section, and then when you get burnt by that nigga who fucked all 30 of you and then stole 20 of you's money, and the other 10 was on the chopping block to get their money stole, but he just never got to you because he had to leave town first. Now you motherfuckers want to talk shit. Come on, man. Nah, it's not how it works, bro.
Okay, before we go to the callers, because we just took a half hour on this. Wow. Rich, I don't disagree with nothing you said. Actually, everything you said is right. I think the nuance is, I think those types of women are the minority. I think that they're the majority, they're the minority, but they're the ones who's posting. They're the ones who have the loudest voice. Mm-hmm. They're the ones who are out there making it seem like all women are like that. Everything you said, I can't disagree with nothing you said. I don't feel sorry for them either. I've been very, very vocal about the same things you have. The only nuance is I believe those women are the minority. The majority of the women, they don't move like that. They not looking for, I mean, come on, like, let's just keep it 100. Who wouldn't want a dude who's sitting on some paper, who's financially stable, who got something? Of course, any woman would want that. Any man would want that. Like, forget a woman. Like, any man would want a chick who look good, well-spoken, and got money. So ain't nothing wrong with wanting somebody who financially got themselves together, but every woman is not a chick who's looking for this major come up with some baller dude. Every woman is not looking for a quote unquote high value man. And I think that a lot of our thoughts of what's really out there is skewed because all of us are on social media, and the squeaky wheel is the one that get the oil, meaning the one that is making the most noise. Usually those types of chicks, they posting the most. They showing that they got the bag. They was at the expensive restaurant. They was in the passenger seat of the expensive car. It makes you think that that's what all women are like. And I think that they're the minority and they're not the majority. But let's go to our callers.
All right. So, yo, if y'all want to get in, y'all know what to do. Please hit the button now. Let's start these conversations. I see a few people in here already. We can start off with the good old SB. She's first. So if y'all want to get in the conversation, click in now.
Sorry. Hey y'all.
This damn
my camera was flipped around. Sorry. So I'm very interested in this conversation, and I do have a question, but I did want to say, because I could speak from experience, that when a man has a baby on a woman, when she takes him back, even if well, there's no way to really forgive that. That baby is going to be a constant reminder of that infidelity. It's not going to ever go away. Every time he brings the kid over on the weekends, etc., that's going to be a constant reminder of the infidelity. And 9 times out of 10, the woman ends up caring for the child while it's in the father's care. So now you're stuck taking care of a baby that your man made with another woman. So it's never going to go away. My question is, though, as a man, because this also applies to, I don't remember Gabrielle Union's husband's name, but I know that he had a child outside of their marriage, and she took him back. But I believe it's under the premise that, he doesn't have any real contact with the child. Like, the child doesn't know its other siblings, etc. And so as a woman, shouldn't it be looked at a certain way if a man is willing to only be a financial provider for his kid just in the name of appeasing you, like, oh yes, Dwayne Wade, thank you. Isn't it kind of off for a man to not be the person to make sure that his kids know each other and stuff like that? Because regardless of the fact, those kids are siblings.
That's not Dwayne Wade. First of all, that's not Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade is Gabrielle Union, co-parent all them little crumb snatchers.
Hold up, Rich. Hold
Including
up.
the one, wait, the one that he had outside of the marriage?
You talking about?
Yeah, he had a kid outside the marriage, Rich.
That was separate from his other kids. So he had
Right,
kids with
and this is after he married Gabrielle. This is after he married Gabrielle Union. He had a baby outside of the marriage, which I believe he does provide financially for, but the kid doesn't come over, like the kid doesn't see the children that they have together within the marriage. And so I'm just saying,
Where did
as a
you
man,
hear this from? Where'd you hear this from, SB?
where did I get that from?
And the part I'm asking you is, I know he had a relationship outside of their outside, and they went with the whole we were separated, whatever. But where did you get that the baby doesn't have a relationship with his brothers and sisters, and she doesn't allow Dwayne to have a relationship with the kids?
It might have been an interview or something like that, but. And I can't really specifically pinpoint where I heard it, but I do remember hearing it, and I remember it, and it stuck out in my mind because I'm like, that's very off-putting. Even though, you know, he had a relationship outside of the marriage and he brought that child home and everything like that, at the end of the day, there's an innocent child in the balance. And God forbid your daughter ends up dating her brother because she doesn't know that's her brother. Like, don't you want your children to know who their siblings are, regardless of the fact? Like, I think that that's very off-putting as a woman, and then for a man to even allow that. So that's my question to you men, you guys, you know, is that like a red flag to a woman if a man would allow you to dictate how he co-parents with the child outside of your relationship? Because I
Rich,
mean,
you want me or you want you?
No, I'm short because first of all, I'm gonna say I don't know that Dwayne Wade did that, and I would be very, very disappointed in Dwayne Wade if he allowed a woman to tell him that he couldn't father or be a active participant in his kid's life because his wife or his girlfriend feels away. I said it earlier in the conversation. That kid ain't got nothing to do with this. That kid is an innocent bystander in all of this. And I would hate, as a Dwayne Wade fan, I would hate that Dwayne Wade allowed Gabby Union to determine whether he was a present in person.
well, here's a point. The kid has to be a few years old now. Have you ever seen another child in a family photo with them?
But you know
Holiday season, anything?
I see a shitload of kids. I don't know which ones is which anymore. Dwayne Wade, they got a shitload of kids. They got a baby. They got the one that is kind of trans, I think. Then they got a boy that plays basketball that was in that went to school with Bronny and them. Like I don't know what's what. I don't know the inner workings of their relationship like that. But I would feel shout out to my cousin KB. But I would feel very, very disappointed in Dwayne Wade if he allowed a woman, or if a woman on the other side of this table, if a woman allowed a man to determine how you treated your child. That would be some real sucker shit. So
I agree.
Dwayne Wade, I hope that ain't true. Sean, I don't know. I don't know.
But that's really what made it stick out to me, because I remember specifically hearing that he provides financially for the kid in terms of child support, but she doesn't allow like the kid doesn't come over to their house and play with their children and stuff like that. Like they don't have like a mixed family dynamic as far as the kid outside of the marriages.
Okay, Sean, what you think?
No, I agree with you. I mean, it's nothing really for me to say. If I'm not a female, but if Number one, if I took the man back, it's a certain level of mess he got to put up with because he violated this family crazy, right? That's expected. If I'm a man coming back into, if I'm what's his name, Dwayne Wade coming back into the home, I already know my life is gonna be hell for the next year or however long, right? I get it, especially if I brought a kid back with me. But as a man, I don't even think this woman would respect me if she laid out the terms that I can't be a father to my child except financially, and I accepted it. I wouldn't do it. Number one, you're not going to tell me I'm happy. I'm happy that you allowed me back in, but you're allowing me back in knowing that this kid is a part of me and is always going to be a part of me. I don't even think a woman would respect a man who be like, yo, you know what? I wipe my hands of it. It's just financial. To me, Dwayne Wade, if he did this, and I say if that is the way that relationship is, there's no way you could tell me that his wife respects him. And to be told, he shouldn't respect himself. That's my thoughts.
I agree with you. Yo, Desby, I hope you go back and Google this and come back later.
I'm going to. I wanna confirm that information.
I would be so disappointed in Dwayne Wade in his $150 million ass if he allowed Gabrielle Union to determine the extent that he fathers his children. That would be disappointing. And I'm gonna give this nigga the benefit of the doubt because I don't know for a fact. So I don't want to say yes or I don't want to say no. You usually know what you're talking about, but Yana, I don't know if you're right on this one.
So call back in, SB.
I definitely will. Somebody said Gabrielle Union spoke about it in her in the press tour on her book. So I'm gonna research that and come back. But I'm almost sure. I'm almost sure that was the situation.
Vivica said
Okay.
hi.
That's not her. I'm on set today. That's some other cast members. She's not here. Wanna say hi, babe? Say hi. So
All right.
yeah,
Okay, so let us know.
I definitely will.
All right, bet. Yeah. Okay, next. Yo, if y'all want to get into this conversation, please hit the plus button at the bottom, with the inside the video camera, and let us know. Did I click it?
Nobody's here, not yet.
Okay.
You may want to go to the next one. Nobody.
Nina, I think her name was Nina. Nope, nobody coming in.
Nope. I'll let you know.
I don't know what's going on. It's like the fifth person I clicked, and it seems like it's not letting people in.
When is it your thing? Because this has been happening a lot lately.
Yep. Hold on, let's try again. I am Queenland. I am Queenland.
Okay, Rich.
Hello. Hello. So of course the one person, Erica 2012. Erica 2012.
Hello.
What's up, Erica?
Hey, how you doing?
Where you calling from,
Just a comment.
Where you calling
There's still a
from?
lot of there's still a lot of good women on here. Especially the ones that's about something. I'm sorry, I ain't hear you.
Where you
Can y'all hear
calling
me?
from?
I'm calling from South Jersey.
Okay.
Um, just a comment. That not every woman's out there looking for somebody for their money. There's women that really want somebody that truly love them. You know what I mean, and care with them and grow with them. So I'm nervous. My first time
It's
on a
okay.
live, but
It's okay.
just saying that there's still good women out here that's not worried about what they had to offer. They just want somebody for them, not for their money and what they, you know what I mean. And I don't know. Sorry, I'm nervous.
Okay, you got a question, Erica?
No question. Just want to comment what I was talking about. Have a good
Erica,
one.
is this your first time on our show?
Yes.
It's the first time?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So first and foremost, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Boys Club. But if you get in on the conversation, it's okay to have a comment about anything we're talking about, but you got to have a question. So next time, hopefully you tune in next Wednesday, and you stick with us week over week. We on 7:30 p.m. Eastern. But make sure that you have a question the next time. All right.
All right. See
But
ya.
I believe you though, Erica. I know there's a lot of women out there that don't care what a man got financially, and they looking for somebody to love them the right way. So that's 1 point for Sean Prez. Good job, Erica.
All right. See ya.
All right, Erica. All right. Before we go to the next person, I believe that there are women out there who want to do the right thing. I believe that. I honestly believe that there are women out there who want relationships and want to be in good, wholesome, substance-oriented relationships that are going to stand the test of time. I'm just saying that there's a 6 degrees of separation with this whole internet thing. And before, it was like the anomaly to meet a woman who met a rapper or met a woman who met somebody on the internet. Like the internet stuff and Black Planet and all that shit didn't even count back then. But nowadays, 6 degrees, like you all know that woman who kicked off. And now her friends are feeling the same way. The women are watching a woman and it's 6 degrees. Somebody knows somebody that's telling you about, yo, shorty met such and such, and she came up, or she met this nigga from such and such. And that's what's ruining relationships now. It's not specifically, there are women out there, so I don't want y'all to think that I don't think that there are. There are absolutely women out there. I'm just saying that in 22, the 6 degrees of the relationship fucking hamster wheel is there, bro. That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
I agree.
Nivea Suber. Nivea Suber, is she in the room?
Where you at, Nivea?
Nope. Lady One Power. Lady One Power.
Here you go.
What's up?
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's good?
Haven't been on in a minute. I have a question. I'm by me just getting on. I'm at work, so I'm trying to find out what the topic is, so I can, tune in and ask the question that I need to ask, because I don't know what the topic is. I'm just jumping on.
You know we be all over the place. There ain't no one topic. There's no one topic. We be all over the place, so it's hard for us to run down the 10 different topics we already had.
So what was the main main subject of nothing? Just about relationship issues?
That's it.
Everything.
Okay, so I do have a question. So
Let with that.
okay, so this dude that I was dealing with, I found out that he was, messing around or whatever, cheating. And I'm gonna tell you something. I have to say that I allowed certain things to take place, for him to continue on doing that. But at the same time, it was bothering me. So, I found somebody else and I started conversating with him. No sex involved. I just started conversating with him, to get my mind off that. So he feeling some type of way. So is it right for him to feel some type of way because he was doing it?
You're definitely from New Orleans.
Yes, I am. And
Go
he
ahead,
from
Okay.
Austin, Texas. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he from Austin, Texas. That's why I'm staying there now. I've been there since the storm. But and he from Austin, Texas. But I'm saying, is it right? Is it right for him to feel some type of way, like, you know what I'm saying, feel like that, you know what I'm saying, I'm wrong from conversating or having somebody else, you know what I'm saying, when he ain't showing me what he needed to show me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been faithful for 9 years.
Are you still with him? Are you still with him?
I don't even know. I don't even know what to call it now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so rocky. You know what I'm saying? We there, but we not there. You know what I'm saying? Because now he keep on throwing this
Okay.
in my face.
Okay. I want to ask you an honest question, and don't lie. Do you still want to be with him? Just tell it. We know the answer. We knew it before we asked. So go ahead and just say it.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I do. Yeah.
Let me answer for
I
you.
do want to be with him. I do want to be with him, but I don't want to be I don't want to feel he still have those same ill feelings.
Okay.
I want him to understand me, you know, and understand where I'm coming from.
Let's just take this step by step. You still want to be with him, correct? So you start talking to another dude. I know it was no sex. We all we know what this is about. You want to either want to make him jealous or you want to make him understand what he got at home. Yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Now he wilding out after he been doing his dirt, correct?
Yeah.
So now we know all of the variables. What exactly is your question?
So I'm trying to see. My question is,
What's your real question? What's your take your time? Take your time, because now we know what's going on. What is your real question?
My real question is it fair for him to feel the way he feels after what he did?
Is that really your real question?
Yeah.
Because we can answer that, but I don't think that's gonna help you.
What's the
But
real
I'll
question?
answer it. Or Rich, you want to answer it?
I mean, that's basically the real question. Like, I think that's selfish of him to feel the way he feels, you know what I'm saying, and to go off.
Who gives a crap? Who gives a crap? Who cares? Like let's just keep it 100. Who cares? You want this man, you went and started talking to somebody else to get his attention, and the best you can ask is it fair that he's mad at me? I think it's a waste of your time, but go ahead, Rich. If that's her question, we'll answer it.
I think it's a waste of my time too. But go ahead.
So what is?
No, I think your question is a waste of your time. Not him, not the situation. Honestly, go ahead, Rich, and then I'll come in. Go ahead.
Number one, you've been with somebody for 9 years. Y'all are having the downtime. I feel like you said you want to be with him. It took you a minute, but you got to the point where you admitted that you wanted to be with him. Shouldn't you be worried about making him and you get back on the right foot instead of making him jealous and worrying about if he should be mad about what you're doing? If you want to be with him, then you should be worried about if he's mad about what you're doing. If you don't want to be with him no more, and this is a waste of your time, then you shouldn't care. But the fact that you care, the fact that you are on here right now asking us if he should be mad, lets us know that you care if he's mad or not. And if you care if he's mad or not, then you need to be addressing a situation with him to get y'all back on the right page. Maybe tell him how you feel. Maybe let him know how you feel about what he's been doing and the lack of attentiveness that he's shown towards you and all the things that you got going on and your anger and your frustration. You should let him know that.
And that's crazy.
You worried about the wrong thing. Like, you too old to be doing. You say, how old are you? You say you've been with the nigga for 9 years. You got to be at least 27, 30.
I'm in my 40s.
40. Okay, so boom. You too old to be worried about tick for tack shit. If you want to be with the nigga, then figure out if y'all are even on the same page to be together. And if not, then move on. But don't worry about the silly shit. If he mad because you conversing with somebody out there and he mad, and should he be mad if he ain't treating you right? No, how about tell the nigga to treat you right? How about get on the same page with the nigga? How about do the things that are supposed to be done? And if it don't work out, you can walk away. So who cares if he's mad or not? But I know Sean felt like there's a deeper question.
That's true.
Even before I say what I'm gonna say, I know you are you in New Orleans now?
No, I'm in Austin.
Okay, so both of y'all are in Austin. Do you live together?
No.
Okay.
We used to. No.
Okay. Okay. This is why I say I think your question was a waste of time. If you gonna come on, if it's Sean, I want the real, so I'm gonna ask the real. Your man been cheating on you. You allowed it by your own words. You put up with it. We get it. Now you start doing what you doing, trying to get his attention. You ain't cheating. You ain't crossing the line, but still, you want to make him jealous. You want to show him what he got at home. We get it. But here's the deal. The real question is this nigga ever gonna treat me right? Is he ever gonna stop cheating? I know I put up with the cheating. Now that I put up with it, can I even make this thing stop? Because he's used to it. He got away with it for so long. That's what I would be asking you if the roles were reversed. Does he have a right to be mad? To me, that's an asinine question. But be it as it may, I don't know your situation, and I'm only getting a small fraction. But a man will do what you allow him to do. Rich and I say this every week. And the bottom line is, I don't know how many times he cheated, and I don't know for how many years he's been cheating. But if you put up with it, you set a standard, you set a precedent, and that's what he's used to. It's almost like allowing your kid to stay out all types of night, and then all of a sudden, when they 15, 16, you want to put a curfew on them and be like, be in the house by 9. I've been staying out to 2, 3, 4 in the morning every night, and you was good with it. I can't come in at 9 now. Like I'm happy you in church. I'm happy that you got your life together and you want to have stability in the home, but I'm used to this way of life now. And I don't want to, because anything's possible, so I don't want to put any bad energy out there your way. And it appears that you really do love this man, but I don't think he's just going to get his act together because he sees you now talking to another man. Yeah, you got his attention, but truth of the matter is, he could be on the phone with you pissed off after he just rolled off of another woman. And he just doing that to make you feel like you still mean something to him. Do you understand what I'm saying? He could literally be sitting with another woman, texting you back and forth, beefing with you, like turning the situation around. Oh, you talking to other niggas, this, that, and the third, and you pleading with them. We just friends, this, that, and the third. But that's just the G on his part. That's games. You know a man is about
it's because what I allow.
It's 100% what you allow, but you know a man wants you if he is taking the steps wholeheartedly to get you. If this man, now I don't know him, but if this man is not, if he's watching this live right now, and the minute you get off it, he ringing your phone and talking about, baby, I want to meet you back at the house. Here's the deal. Here's my phone. Here's the password to my phone. Here's my email. Here's the password to my email. I want to move back in. All these other chicks, I know you know about them, but they all cut. From now on, if my phone ring, you can answer. That's when you know he's serious. If he's not taking those steps, everything else is just a G. It's just games. So you can belittle yourself. You can things that are below you to try to get his attention, but none of that's gonna work because this man, and then I'm just talking from a man's point of view, this man is used to a certain way of moving with you. And I'm gonna try to choose my words wisely because you might see this man locked up with another woman. Don't cheat at her, don't cheat on her, don't look at another woman. He's the best, he's the version of the man that you wanted. You might see that in 2 years. And the difference is that woman ain't putting up with it. He knows he got a real woman. And if he gonna keep her, he gonna act right. And it's gonna hurt you to see that. But the truth of the matter is he was wrong for you to begin with. He was the wrong person for you. And you handled that situation wrong by allowing him to get away with the dirt over and over and over again. So that's just my thoughts.
I did, and I got it, you know what I'm saying, from both of y'all, you know what I'm saying. I appreciate it because now I got my clarity and I know what I need to do because, like I said, I accepted it and I take my full responsibility in everything, you know what I'm saying. So, but I got it, you know what I'm saying. I got clarity. Now I know what I need to do for me, you know what I'm saying, for my work. So I appreciate y'all.
Now, thank you for listening. And thank you for receiving it and not being defensive because a lot of times people call in and they get defensive when we give them the real. So I appreciate you. Okay.
I appreciate
so
you.
I hope it work out, girl. I hope it work out, but honestly, I'm not sure that it will work out with him.
All right.
Hey, Mama.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay. See, that ended up being an okay call.
Yeah, that was a great call.
Okay, let's see here. Crystal C. McLeod, I think. Crystal C. McLeod. Fucking neck hurts. Oh boy. Crystal, what's
Hi.
up?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Where you coming in from?
New Jersey.
Where you at?
New Jersey,
Okay.
Central Jersey.
Okay, Central Jersey.
Yes. Okay, so in regards to relationship issues, I look at it and I'm baffled because we have people that, like the last caller, you know, you love the person, you can't let go. You've seen them do their stuff. As soon as somebody else provides a little bit of attention to somebody, you're like, all right, you want to get mad. But what about when it's the man that's stepping out on his home with children, and you know he leaves and he just left? What do you say to that man? He just up and left and said, "Fuck it, I'm out."
And left the family and everybody? Just said fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
What do we
What
say?
do you mean?
What do we say to him?
Yeah, what do you mean? I don't understand. What do you mean?
As a man, what do you say to him? Like, what do you say? Like, dude, you just left your whole entire family, your wife, your kids, for your side piece.
Sean, you want that one?
I don't say nothing to him. You got to ask a better question than that. Like I don't understand where we going with this. I get what you're saying, but
how do you walk away from a complete family? It's different when it's just one.
That's a better question.
How do you walk away from a complete family and stay gone from the kids for like years?
So,
left when the girls were in grade and third grade. They are now sophomore in college and junior in high school. Yeah.
Okay, so let me make sure I'm understanding your question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're talking about you, yourself, and okay. So you were married to somebody or with somebody. You had multiple kids. 2 kids?
Mm-hmm. 2 girls.
This man had a side piece.
Mm-hmm.
He left his home. Is he still with the side piece?
Yes.
Still to this day, the same woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long ago did he leave the home?
2015.
Okay,
7 years.
7 years ago. Okay, how much communication does he have with your children?
The communication has gotten better. He does talk to them. He sees the little one maybe once a week. He sees the older one, he comes around. And it's a thing of we did some counseling. We had to do some counseling because the relationship was like totally shot. Like they didn't do with him. And he asked me would I go to he said he needed my help. I said I'm not doing this by myself. Y'all gonna go to counseling. And that's what happens. But now visitation is in my home because my 16-year-old will not go with him to his home. My girls have never gone over there. They don't stay over there. So.
Okay, how is your relationship from your perspective? And I'm choosing my words very carefully. From your perspective, when he left his family, did you think y'all were in a good position? And it caught you off guard? Were y'all arguing, fighting, and on the verge of breaking up? What was your relationship like before you left?
Our relationship was, I mean, it was what any married couple goes through. You have the, the day-to-day stuff. He was always getting late, so by the time he got in, dinner's been cooked, it's out for you. Kids are in bed, I'm waiting around to go to bed because, we got to do it all over again in the morning. And I was also getting sick. I was really sick. So, it's like I was trying to balance everything. So I didn't see a problem, but I did see where just the attention level wasn't there. He would come home like really drunk and I'm just like, what the like, what why are you drinking every night?
Okay, my last question before I tell you my thoughts. Did you ever drive a wedge between him and his kids?
No.
You never did not. Okay, I want you to think about 2015 when he walked out that door. You pissed. Hold on. You're pissed. You know he with that side chick. You telling me that you happily let him see his children?
Yes.
Okay.
At any time, because I brought his children we moved back to my mother's house. You know the address. I got everybody's cell phones. So your communication is on you now. And to the person who said I don't have no clothes on, it's because I'm getting ready for bed so I can go to work in the morning.
Please don't read the comments. Please. Yeah, don't worry about the comments. Okay, what's your name again?
Crystal.
Crystal. All right, here's my thoughts, Crystal. What do I say about a man who leaves his family, leaves his 2 kids, and goes with a side piece? Judging on what you told us, if he's with that same woman, he was very unhappy at home, and no matter how he left, I don't know if you came home one day and the stuff was packed up and he walked out, if y'all had a blow-up fight and he left, or if y'all had a discussion and he left and he went with her. But in his head, you and him, his leaving, removing his side chick from the equation, you and him were done. No matter how you take the other person out of it for a second. From where he stood, you and him lost that connection a while ago. He didn't just up one morning and get whipped by another chick and leave. So for him, he had long left your relationship. Now, how he left, I don't know. And you don't even need to share it with us. I'm sure it wasn't the right way. And there's no way that would have been the right way. We get it. Him going with that other woman on top of you and him not being right for one another in his head, she was right and right now. She showed him what he was missing at home. And the fact that they are still together says that he was right. I don't know if they're in a happy relationship, but them being together for 7 strong years, something is right over there. And the reason I asked you about your children, did you stand in the way of the children? The fact that he cut his girls off, this is where I have the biggest issue with it,
And
right?
right.
Because to me, no real man would do that. Now, I get it. If he leaves and he's with another woman, I'm sure you was not cool. You were not this person that I'm talking to, extra chill, laid back. I'm sure at that time you was giving it to him.
I mean, you know what?
Mm.
Not even because I always had the girls with me. I always had, so it was like I had to be this person for them. I had to be level-minded for them. My thing was, you know, you left 2 little people here. They didn't do anything. You be mad at me, but don't do them like that. Don't do kids
And I
like
think
that.
I think that is where he's a piece of crap. That, I mean, it's the best I could say. That is where he's a piece of crap. Him leaving you, maybe the relationship ran its course, but if you would not like so many women that poison the kids and talk junk and don't want to let the person, you don't want to be with me, so you're never going to be with your kids, I'm going to stand in the way of that. If you were not that person and you're honest with us, he's a piece of crap.
Every
And
single day after school, I would say, girls, get your phones out, dial your dad. Call your dad.
okay.
Call
So-
your dad before you go to bed. To the point where they was like, we don't want to. So I was like, no, we're going to. This is what we do.
And if you don't mind me asking, what, he just wouldn't answer the phone
Didn't answer the phone.
for years?
Yeah. And then when
Okay.
he did answer the phone, it was like you're unavailable. You know, you can't make time for them. And that's the part, because as a parent, your time is really never your time. You give it, you know what I mean? Your free time belongs to them, because they didn't ask to be here. And I've overcompensated to the point where now, you know, when anything happens, he's the second call, but I'm always the first call. And I'm always the first call because they can depend on me. They know I'm going to come through 10 times out of 10. And the relationship has gotten better, but even still, like, you know, there'll be the point where I just feel like the relationship could be so much better if, you know, you hadn't wasted all that time being an ass to them. You a straight ass to them. It was almost like he was mad at me, so he was punishing them. And that's the part that I can't, it's hard for me to wrap my head around. And now you have to be in my space to see my kids, because my kid won't come with you. So she don't spend nights with you. So you have to be in my space. So any given day when I come home from work, I might see the car parked.
But here's
Like,
the
okay.
deal. Here's the deal. He should be thankful and lucky that, number one, you allowing him into your place. That's number one. And number two, whatever these kids, if they give him their behind the kiss, he earned it. If what you're telling us is accurate, he got to deal with now trying to find a way to connect to these young ladies that he cut off when he left that home.
Yep.
Because it's one thing to leave a marriage, it's a whole other thing. You can't divorce your kids. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
So
That
to me,
that emotional stress that they went to was hard. The emotional and the physical and the mental losses that they went through, it was hard. It was hard. And that's stuff that they won't ever forget. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like, kids remember those hard times and they remember it. And I'm like, now, you know, I'm hoping it makes them stronger as a person. You know, they use it and pull it in and it makes them stronger, but it's hard. It's hard.
Rich, where's your thoughts on this? Is there anything I missed, or you got a difference of opinion?
Nah, I mean, I have the same opinion. I just think I just wish that we had his side of the story, because hearing one side just sounds so like obviously one-sided. Obviously, you're not right. So I mean, the relationship's been over for a while. It's been over since 15. For him to abandon you and the children is some real piece of shit. Shit, that's some real whack shit to do. Like you said, the kids didn't have nothing to do with it. They didn't ask to be here. And for him to just leave, obviously he found what he found in that woman, and you can't be mad at that because I feel like your relationship was destined for doom anyway. So do I think that he went about it the wrong way? Or I think he went about it in a less than a man fashion? Yeah.
Most definitely.
He should have came to you and expressed his grievances and was like, yo, I'm not happy here.
Right.
I'm happy around the corner, and I want to be a father to my girls, and I want to be in their lives, and I want to be around, but this right here is not going to work, and you would have had to accept that. You know what I mean?
And
it would have been over. That would have been the end of it, and he could have co-parented, and they could have did what they did around the corner, and everything would have been fine. So,
and I was like, okay, if we stay here until the end of the school year, I'll sleep upstairs, you sleep downstairs. That way we sleep out, we do out the lease, and then we both go our separate ways.
but he wasn't interested in that, love. See, this is the thing. Now you saw you was trying to be too accommodating. It makes me feel like you was trying to keep him.
But my only thing was trying to keep the girls in their rate of normalcy without upheaving, moving them, taking them here, moving them there. Now you're in a district.
Everything
You're not
can't
supposed to
be
be in a
done
district.
for the kids. Everything can't be
You're
done
right.
for the kids. That's the number one mistake that women make. We're doing it for the children. We're doing it for the kids. No, kids, the same way them kids acknowledge that this bum ass nigga was left and didn't come back and was gone, is the same they would have acknowledged that mommy and daddy don't like each other. Daddy doesn't want to be here. Daddy has an attitude that he's mean and he's always on edge. You know what I'm saying? Like women got to stop that. Stop with that. It's for the kid shit. Like a relationship, a bad relationship is not for the kids.
No, it's not. It's not. It would have been. To me, I would have been able to sit down. I'm really, really, really good listener. I'm a good communicator. All you have to do is tell me what I'm dealing with. You lay it out.
But you not you saying that you all these things, and you seem like an amazing person just listening to you on this chat. But you're not listening to us. The nigga wasn't happy. So stop
and I got
keep a nigga in your circumference that ain't happy. He don't want to be there.
Rich, please.
And you giving him options and telling him to do these things and now as the more you talk and understand what I'm about to say, I'm not saying he's right, but the more you talk, almost lets me know why that nigga dipped.
Wow.
You know why I say that? Because when somebody shows you and almost puts it out there that they want to leave, and you keep giving them options and giving them different scenarios that they can stay, You go upstairs and I'll stay downstairs. You do this and I'll do that. You do this and I'll do that. It almost getting to the point where he like, oh, I just gotta leave. Because no matter what the fuck I do, she gonna have an option. She gonna have a reason, a way for me to be able to stay. I don't want to stay. So just let me leave. And the best thing you can do now is tell me how we can work better now that I'm gone. But every time I tell you I want to leave and you say we can do this, we can do that, I got the Baltimore coach your ass and leave in the middle of the night. Because you keep giving me options. And every time you give me an option, it means that I got to stay someplace that I don't want to be a little bit longer. When the nigga say he want to go, let him go. And I'm not saying you wrong. I'm not saying you wrong or a bad person. I'm just saying the more you talk, the more I can understand why a nigga would leave like a thief in the night. Because if he was to bring it to you in the daytime, you would give him an option. If he was to bring it to you, you would give him another option. The girls, and you preface all this shit by saying the girls, but it wasn't really about the girls. It was about you. And I want you to admit that it was about you. You didn't want the nigga to leave.
No.
You didn't want the nigga to leave. And
Hold on.
you used them girls.
Hold on, Rich. Hold on.
When I first found out about the affair, I was going
I couldn't hear you. Broke up.
In the beginning, when I found out about the affair for the second time with this same girl, I was like, okay, well, you could do this. How? I'm gonna go. You do this family thing, and when you leave for work, I'll come back, get the girls ready for work, for school, and I'll go. Yeah.
You still saying the same
No,
things.
no, I'm not. Think about it. I'm not here. This is you. You do this. You do
No,
this.
you're not understanding what I'm saying.
That's
you
you.
still, he trying to break away, and you still trying to create a scenario in which y'all can do it. And he like, I don't want to do it. That I just want to go.
But
and you
see,
keep
okay.
giving him all these options in which you can figure it out. And I'll leave, and I'll come back when you gone. And
So maybe
you being too accommodating. You just
and
being,
that's okay, so that has been my problem. That's who I am. So that's a character flaw in me. But there are some people that appreciate somebody that's accommodating.
not a nigga who trying to leave.
Right, and you're right. But had he told me what it was from the gate, that he wasn't happy and he didn't want to be there, that's it. That's what you needed to say. He couldn't say the words that you're saying to me now.
Okay, so listen to this, and I'm gonna leave it at this. And Sean, if you have something else, you can go ahead. It seems like y'all were the worst type of couple for one another. A nigga who ain't man enough to say what he gotta say, and a woman who ain't woman enough. And I don't mean woman enough like in a bad way. I'm just saying an aggressive enough woman to just acknowledge what's going on around her and do it for him. So when you acknowledge what's going on around you, sometimes you gotta be like, this pussy nigga ain't gonna do it. Kind of like, whatchamacallit, what's that shit called? Passive aggressive ass nigga. He ain't gonna do it. I gotta do it for him. So what it seems to me is he was trying to leave, never really wanted to say it. You knew he wanted to leave and did everything to keep him. So you niggas is working in unison against each other. He trying to leave, you trying to keep him. He's a punk and don't want to tell you he want to leave, but yet you know he want to leave and ain't gonna tell the nigga to get out. So you just niggas is doing the hamster two-step. You niggas is in the little wheel, just going around and around in a circle.
Okay.
And here you are 7 years later, finally getting to the point now where he's around, he's doing what he got to do, because this nigga he finally got away and created a new life where he wanted to be.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Okay, so now I'm gonna add one more layer on this, just to put the
icing on the top. Go ahead.
You always come around when I'm doing my fucking thing and try to do the flirt. Put the little thing in. No, nigga, no, you ain't want this. Go where you happy. You happy over there, go over there. And that's that might be a little hostile of me, but it's like, no, don't come down because I'm doing my thing. I did what I needed to do. Don't do that. Don't come down because now you seem like an opportunity. Because you're coming as I got my shit together. Thank you. Don't come.
Right, what you got to say?
No, I don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say on this one.
Best thing y'all should do is just continue your life as you've been doing. If you're doing your thing, beloved, don't let that nigga keep you from doing your thing, love. Do your fucking thing and don't create. And that nigga happiness ain't got nothing to do with you, and your happiness ain't got nothing to do with him. Y'all niggas them kids being happy is not mutually exclusive to you two niggas. Y'all can both do what you got to do. And you say he's back now and he's trying to be a little bit better, then y'all should just keep on the same path. That's all I can tell y'all. Because to me, you still want that nigga. You still want that nigga.
No, I don't want him.
Yes, you do.
I don't want him, but I don't want ill for him. And sometimes you can see somebody with somebody and it's not a good situation. But that's just me. What? I mean, Rich, come on. Okay, looking at you when you was on Love and Hip Hop, I could tell some situations wasn't the best for you. And it's like, because you have love for a person, you don't want to see them in a bad place. when you've been with somebody for 20 plus years, come on, you know how that goes. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Okay, so you don't want, let's say you don't want Erica, but you don't want Erica down either.
I would never let anybody interfere with my happiness. I don't give a fuck how much I don't care about you. I care about me more. I don't care about how much I care about anybody you ever seen me with on TV. I care about me more. And I'm never gonna let nobody interfere with my happiness. So that's what you need to be worried about. Your happiness. That nigga's a grown man. And as long as he's taking care of these kids and he ain't in jail, which could prevent him from taking care of these kids or in the dirt or whatever, then you should be okay. That's not your responsibility no more. You can love it, like Sean said earlier, you can love a nigga from a distance. I love you, bro. I want the best for you from a distance.
And that's what.
Your mic is gone.
Yeah, your mic is going. We can't hear you.
We can't hear you, mama. Fuck you waving at?
Get that motto from Sean saying, okay, you know, loving somebody from a distance, that's that.
Yeah.
You got, because there are many people that you have to do that to. So.
Understood.
All right.
Like I said, love you more than you love anybody else, and don't let nobody stop your motherfucking light from shining.
All right.
All right, beloved.
Later, girl.
All right, later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Want to take one more?
One more.
Nikki Reiner. Nikki Reiner. Have we had her in here? I don't think so. Nikki Reiner.
Oh my God, that's crazy. You accepted my request. I'm so excited. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Hi, what's up?
Where you coming in from?
I'm from the city. Oh, I'm from DC, my bad.
Okay. What up?
So, okay, let me get the narrative of this whole thing down because I just been in the comments talking trash. This is supposed to be like women asking you guys questions about dating, right? Okay, so how do you deal with a guy who doesn't understand what dating really is? And the simple fact is that when you date, you're going to date multiple people, more than one person, right? So what do you say to somebody to let them know that that's what it is?
I'm so confused. What is your question?
How do you tell somebody what dating really is? What would be like something good to tell a guy so they can understand it? Because it seems like nowadays men don't understand what dating is anymore. They want to be very controlling, you know?
Rich, why did you do that?
I didn't. She lost herself.
Okay.
Got her to call back in.
Call back in, please. But go ahead, Rich.
Tell her to call back in.
You just told her. We can't really. You got to put the camera so we can see you.
What's up? You have a question?
Hey y'all. No, I have.
What is your name? We don't know. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Tamara.
Very nice to meet
South
you,
Georgia.
Tamara.
I know I'm not at
That's
my
okay.
best, but I just had to say this. The exact same thing that Rich said earlier. You have to love yourself, even your children. You have to love them. Love yourself more than you love anybody else on this planet. I've been in a horrible relationship once before for about 9 years. In 7 of those years, he used to beat me all the time. But when I started loving myself, like really loving myself, it was over. Like I don't let nobody disrespect me, period. I don't have a bunch of money. I got a few businesses and stuff like that, but it ain't thriving or whatever. And people who know me know these things out in the streets. But disrespect, I tolerate zero of that from no one. And if every woman, every man get that, the world will be a better place and respect each other.
All right.
Y'all have a
Mama.
great evening.
See you later, Tamara. Thanks for the gym.
Nikki Reiner, right? That was her name?
I don't remember.
There she go. That is her.
All right.
You
Is
got,
this
you got
service a
Sean
little bit
thinking it
better?
was me.
Nah, it was me. It was me. My service is terrible. I was on the metro. But yeah, so okay. So you guys can understand what I'm saying.
Oh, you on a
It's
subway?
not. I was on a train, but I'm off the train now. I'm about to be home. But yeah, so the question is, how do you
Not good. Okay, Rich, you can do it this time.
I guess you want to talk, but you can't have a conversation in the subway, beloved. The metro in DC is what we call the subway, so that ain't never gonna work.
To that young lady, I'm sorry. Your signal just keep freezing up.
Chanel India. I feel like this is somebody we've had before. Chanel India. Chanel India.
Good evening, gentlemen.
What's up, Chanel?
Hey, how are you? Hey, Sean.
What up, Chanel?
Hey. I think we gotta get off these titles. Everybody's so stuck up on I'm the main one and I'm the side or I'm the wife but there's no respect. Like, what's the point of a title and nobody's respecting each other? Like, I was just watching Emancipated with Will Smith, and you know how many people had to die to keep their families?
The fucking slave movie, Chanel.
We know that. So we, in 2022, we got people that can't even see their kids because they don't even show up and they live in the same city. Rich. So you got to step back to move forward, right? Because clearly we ain't understanding where we going wrong. Right?
I don't know. You too deep for me right now, Chanel. Maybe y'all know what the fuck you talk about, because I don't. You talking about slave movies and relationships and shit. I'm trying to figure out
It
what
all
the fuck you parallel.
correlates. Do we not correlate? Can we not correlate all this together? Do we not understand what the plan is?
What's the plan,
Do
Lana?
we, separation of families and identities to categorize people into smaller entities of control, right?
Nigga, what? Yo, Chanel.
I ain't even smoked yet. Come on, keep up. I need you to keep up. I'm saying, the women that we just had on here, I can relate to probably each one of them. Like as we said, I got people that he don't see his kids, and you know why? Because the girl dictates that he can see his kids. There's sorry ass men out here that will not see their kids because they new chick telling them you can't see your kids. Because I feel some type of way. How is that a possibility and you supposed to be a man? There ain't no possibility. You ain't no man. Ain't nobody, not even the mother, should dictate to you the ability for you to be interactive and active in your child's life. Because nothing but death is gonna keep me from mine. So
How many you got?
just because I bore them, it shouldn't be no different because you a father, right? Right?
How many kids you got?
3. I got a 9, a 16, and a 7-year-old.
Okay, so before we say anything, is there a question in here, or is this just your thoughts tonight, Chanel?
So the question is, where did us, or let's since you're the man and we're gonna have the men's perspective, where did men lose their standards? Like, I understand, because when I was going back to the slave movie, I understand where it got stripped away from them. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't have the control. When you can't keep your family, you can't provide for your family, you can't protect your family. So that's diminishing a man's soul. So then also diminishes the woman, because I'm looking at you to save me, and you can't even save yourself. You can't protect our kids, you can't protect me, you can't protect you. So then what did they do?
Niggas, you gonna land this plane or no?
So again, where did we lose, or where did men lose their morals and their standards that I'm going to uphold and stand by my queen? And see,
Okay,
and
let
that's
me,
again when we
how
get to
about
those
this?
titles.
Let
It's when we
me
get to
ask
those
you
titles.
something, Chanel. Let me ask you something.
Yeah, what's up?
You said you got a 16-year-old or a 15-year-old?
16.
And the next one is 9?
9. She just turned 9.
Okay, is it the same father or different fathers?
No, the 16-year-old was my ex-husband.
Okay.
And then the last two is the same.
The last two is the same. Got you. And he does not see his 2 children because his new chick tells him that he can't.
Well, again, that's where we got the restraining order. So there's been situations that have occurred where you being the supposed to be protector, the provider, the father, it shouldn't be a situation where your children are exposed to anything of an unhealthy manner. And
Okay, I'm very confused. Is he not seeing his kids because of a restraining order or because his ex is telling him?
Well, no, it's not in place yet. You know what I'm saying? But this is not the first time. So he's not seeing. He does what, again. These men out here. I'm gonna use the term loosely because I don't want to be rude. But these men out here, they like to do what they always like to tell me. I do what I want to do. Okay. So, he does what he wants to do. Like, I called yesterday, can you pick up your kids? I got to go to work. Yeah, cool, I got them. Gave them a time, gave them locations. Cool. He didn't pick them up. He forgot. I was sick. I took meds. So you forget your kids? You know what I'm saying? So to me, people forget things. I don't forget my children, though. I don't forget commitments, and I don't forget responsibilities. And when I have a conflict, you communicate that. Hey, you know what? I'm feeling kind of sick. I'm going to see. I'll hit you up if it don't work. But for you to just, and mind you didn't even hit me and say, hey, I forgot. I'm hitting you when I'm got to run to go get them. Like, really? Fuck my life. Like, you really just didn't pick them up? Really? Like, and so sometimes I feel like it's intentional because how is it not? Like my mind gets sometimes treated like secondhand, but it's like when you're growing up, eventually they're going to pick up on their own. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to have to explain to them why it is that their treatment was not the same, or the availability or that, your activity was half-assed. If you're going to a football game and you're taking your son to the same team my son going to, why don't you pick up your son to go to practice? We're going to the same place. You don't not one time did you pick him up and you went to the same place. We're going to meet you there. Make it make sense. These men just, they're so feminized in their petty ass ways when they choose certain things that they don't like the outcome of. Like, you chose your path. You have to stand where you're going. You can't hold animosity because the shit didn't work the way you thought it was going to play out. You have to be intentional in your intention. And what we don't do is we don't play with children out here. On no sides, no halves, no partials, none of that. Stop playing with these children because they got to grow up. And y'all repeating these cycles. Your daddy wasn't there. You ain't there. They ain't going to be there. Make it make sense.
So you just wanted to vent? That's what you wanted to do. You wanted to vent. It's cool. We let you live.
Where are the morals and the standards?
Because dinner's ready. Like we
We
let
already, hey, I gotta go back to the West, so I'm trying to get down the street. I thought you was done. I thought you was gonna be the last one. I thought I wasn't gonna be on. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to understand what it is that we can do as a collective, because the petty shit is, I mean, it's not, we're not gonna go anywhere with it. We're not getting anywhere.
I don't know.
Like,
But it was nice seeing you again.
nice seeing you too, Sean. It's always a good pleasure.
Next week,
It don't sound like you would.
Next,
Yeah, right.
Next week when you want to rant, we'll let you back in. Just let us know. Let us know.
Who that?
Night, Nelly.
Let's go. Out of here.
Later, Chanel.
Yo, want to take another one? Or you done?
Hell no. Let's no, absolutely not. You want to close it? Say what you got to say. I'll take the last word. And
Yo,
yeah.
What up? It's another good weekend, man. It's another good Wednesday evening. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Boys Club. We'll be back next weekend. We'll be back next Wednesday. Same bad time, same bad channel. You know how we do. Richie D and Sean Prez. We are the Boys Club.
Okay, for everybody, especially if this is your first time chilling with us, we are the Boys Club, and we are on every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time. This episode will be on all streaming platforms tomorrow, so if you get your podcast on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube Music, you can go there for it. You can also tune in to YouTube if you want to watch it. It'll be up on YouTube tomorrow. So with that being said, thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's session, and we will see you next week. Peace and love, y'all.
All right, Sean.